Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and a warm welcome to Pointless, the quiz show where obvious answers mean nothing and obscure answers mean everything. Let's meet today's players. Welcome, Liz and Anne-Marie. You're our first pair on the show today. How do you two know each other?
Liz is my mum, and although she lives in France, we're in contact pretty much every day, so we stay really close.
Liz, you live in France. Whereabouts in France do you live?
Yes, I live in the Lot Valley, which is just south of the Dordogne.
Dordogne. You've retired at that?
Yes, we've retired.
Oh, heaven. Very good. And Anne-Marie, what do you do?
I'm a teacher. I teach French and German and Spanish.
Well, how absolutely wonderful. It's great to have you here.
Thank you very much.
Very best of luck. Hope you enjoy it.
Thank you, Alexander.
And next, we welcome back Claire and Liz. You were on the show last time. Everyone gets 2 chances to reach the Pointless final. And this is your second chance. Remind us how you did.
Well, we got to the head-to-head.
You did?
And it was all going really well. And then the whole Winston Churchill Prime Minister thing came up, which was slightly mortifying, as I have an A-level in British history.
Oh, dear, dear. Liz. What do you hope is going to come up today, Liz?
I'm hoping sort of entertainment, popular culture, maybe a bit of TV.
Because remind us what you do.
I work in advertising for a weekly fashion magazine.
A very, very well-known weekly fashion magazine that occasionally strays into the area of popular culture as well.
Yes.
Very occasionally. So you're pretty good on that.
Well, yeah, ish.
Well, very best of luck to the pair of you. It's great to have you back. And next, we welcome Aaron and Craig. How do you two know each other?
We're best friends. We've been best friends for a few years. Known each other since sort of primary school, although he didn't like me when we first met.
Not one bit.
Not one bit. What's wrong with him, Craig?
Oh, he likes to talk. He doesn't talk a lot of sense. He likes to wind people up. And it worked for a long time.
Yeah.
A long, long time. He ground me down.
He ground you down, wore you down, and then eventually, when did you give in and think, oh, all right, you can be my best friend?
When he grew out of that awkward... He went through an awkward, weird-looking stage. When he grew out of that... kind of grew out of that.
What, before the Joe McElderry phase?
Before the Joe McElderry thing, yeah.
Yeah. Aaron, I'm so sorry.
Right.
I just couldn't resist that.
He's a handsome boy.
You're incredibly handsome. Well, very best of luck. It's great to have you on the show today.
Thanks so much.
And finally, we welcome back Barbara and Kevin. You were on the show last time. Remind us how you did.
Oh, we didn't have a very good category, but it did save Kevin's street cred.
Yeah.
At least he didn't know anything about Cliff Richard records.
Yeah. You lost, but also in many ways you won. So, Kevin, what do you hope is going to come up today?
I'd like anything to do with history, politics, or specifically football to do with sport.
Very good indeed. Well, very, very best of luck to the pair of you. It's great to have you here. We'll find out more about all of you throughout the show. There's only one person left for me to introduce. Barbara thinks he looks like Fireman Sam. He's my pointless friend. He's Richard. Yeah. Barbara was just telling me before.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, yes, don't start me giggling.
That's great.
Yeah, Fireman Sam. Great thing to look like.
There must be some work in that, a Fireman Sam lookalike.
Yeah.
We've got 2 returning pairs today. We've got, of course, Claire and Liz J, who got through to the head-to-head last time. So ordinarily you would then tip them to go further, because that's often what happens. But it was quite a spectacular crash out. And Barbara and Kevin also joined us last time and weren't with us long enough because Cliff Richard tripped them up. And a lot of people have asked for music questions. There is music in round 2, so if you can survive round 1, which is definitively not about music, then there'll be music in round 2.
OK, thank you very much, Richard. Well, now, we've put all our questions to 100 people before the show, but this is pointless, so we are after the obscure answers they didn't get. What everyone's trying to do, of course, is find a pointless answer. That's an answer that none of our 100 people gave, and each time that happens, we will add £250 to the jackpot. Now, Graham and David won the jackpot last time, so today's jackpot starts off at £1,000. There it is. Right, let's play Pointless. Now, in the first round, each of you must give me one answer and you cannot confer with your partner. Whichever team has the highest score at the end of the round will be eliminated. OK, our first category this afternoon is medicine. Can you decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many medical specialists as they could. Richard?
Yeah, nothing really to add. All the correct answers in this round are names of medical specialists.
Thanks very much, Richard. Now then, Liz and Anne-Marie, you all drew lots before the show, and this afternoon you get to go first. So in this round, you'll be pleased to hear, we're going to give you a choice of 7 possible answers on the board in each pass. Your first set of 7 answers reads like this: gastroenterologist, oncologist, speleologist, gynecologist, cardiologist, histopathologist, and geriatrician. I'll read those once more. Gastroenterologist, oncologist, speleologist, gynecologist, cardiologist, histopathologist, and geriatrician. Now, I can tell you that at least one of those answers is pointless, but be very careful because there is at least one incorrect answer on the board. And if you pick one of those, you will score the maximum of 100 points. Now then, Anne-Marie.
Yeah, I think some of them are quite obvious, so I'm going to go with the longest. I'm going to go with a gastroenterologist.
Very good. There it is, at the top of the board, gastroenterologist. You're hoping that's right, and you're hoping to score as few points as possible with gastroenterologist. Let's see if it's right, and let's see how many people said it. It's right! Oh, very well done, Anne-Marie. Great answer. Gastroenterologist scores you 2 points. Richard?
Yes, well played.
We are going to use that all the time. Are you always on the scene, Richard?
Can I do my job now? Because if I'm honest, I've got polls to slide down later, so if we could get on. Yeah, gastroenterologist, someone who's concerned with diseases of the digestive tract, also the liver and pancreas, your biliary tract.
OK, well, thanks very much, Richard.
It's an absolute pleasure.
He's always on the scene.
Now then, Claire, there is a pointless answer left on that board, maybe 2, but at least 1.
It's a shame because I would have gone for the top one, and I know 2 of them, but then I guess most people do. So the decision is whether to guess or not. I'm not going to guess. I'm going to go for gynecologist.
You're going to go for gynecologist. OK, you're going to say gynecologist. Let's see if it's right. You're hoping to score as few points as possible. Let's see how many people said gynecologist. It's correct. $42 for gynecologist, Richard.
Yeah, gynecologist, quite a big score. I'm not going to go through the details of what a gynecologist does on daytime TV. There is a reason why children's TV has a fireman Sam, but not a gynecologist Jim.
OK, Aaron, we're looking for medical specialists. There's a list there. Nobody's found the pointless answer. Nobody has found the pointless answer. I think maybe you're the person to do that.
Yeah. I think maybe might be worth just going for it. I'm going to say histopathologist.
1 up from the bottom, histopathologist. Let's see if it's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said it. Good luck, Aaron. It's right. Still going down. Oh, well done. That's a pointless answer. It adds £250 to today's jackpot, taking the total up to £1,250, and it scores you nothing.
I'll go home now. I'll go home now.
Very, very well done. Richard?
Yeah, very well played, Aaron. And, of course, you know what a histopathologist does.
Is pathology the brain? I don't know. Something to do with mind? Don't know.
It's the microscopic study of disease processes in tissues.
That one as well.
Is what I think you were trying to say.
So then, Aaron, what a great score. Now we come to Barbara. Remember, Barbara, we are looking for medical specialists. You are the last person to have this board, so you can talk us through.
Oh, I don't know whether to play safe or take a gamble. I'm going to go oncologist.
Oncologist.
Yes.
Is that your gamble?
It sounds good.
Let's see if it's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said oncologist. It's right. Phew.
My gosh.
16. 16 for oncologist, Richard.
Yeah, correct answers from everybody. Well done. An oncologist is a cancer specialist.
What about all those other ones then?
Yeah, let's take a look at the rest of the board. Cardiologist, obviously, is to do with the heart, would have scored you 12 points. Geriatrician is illnesses of the elderly, conditions in elderly patients, would have scored you 4. So the incorrect answer was a speleologist, who is a cave expert. A speleologist.
OK, thanks very much. Let's take a look at the scores as they stand as we're halfway through the round. On nothing at all, Aaron and Craig looking very, very strong indeed. And then only a smidge ahead of them, Anne-Marie and Liz O on 2. Up a little bit from them, 16, Barbara and Kevin. And then way out in front, Claire and Liz J. We're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we're going to put 7 more answers on the board. We are looking for medical specialists, remember, and here we have limnologist, obstetrician, selenologist, nephrologist, paediatrician, endocrinologist and haematologist. I'll read those one more time. Limnologist, obstetrician, selenologist, nephrologist, paediatrician, endocrinologist and haematologist. And again, I can tell you that at least one of those answers is pointless, and at least one of those answers is incorrect, so try and avoid those incorrect ones. Now then, Kevin.
Looking at this board, there's only one which really jumps out at me. Science really is my weakest subject, so I'm torn whether to play it incredibly safe and probably score high. I think I'm going to take a bit of a gamble and go for obstetrician.
Obstetrician. If you come down below that red line, the obstetrician will deliver you through to the next round. Let's see if that's right. Obstetrician. Very well done. You're through. 18 for obstetrician. Excellent answer. Takes your score up to a total of 34. Richard.
Yeah, obstetrician. Where would we be without them? They look after women during childbirth and also during pregnancy and the recuperative period after childbirth as well.
OK, now then, Craig. Remember, we are looking for medical specialists.
Well, there's one very obvious one. I'm going to go for haematologist. I hope it's to do with haemoglobin.
If you can score 41 or less with haematologist, you're through to the next round. Well done, Craig. Right. And you're through to the next round. Ah, very well done indeed. A great low score there, Craig. That scores you 2. Takes your total up to a brilliantly low total of 2.
Yeah, well played, Craig. Specialist in blood and blood-forming tissues. A haematologist.
Thanks very much, Richard. Now then, Liz J. Liz J, you are on 42. You are still the high scorers.
Yeah.
You know what you have to do. There is a pointless. There's at least one pointless on that board.
OK, so I'm just going to take a punt on the one that sounds... Well, they all sound like they could be true, but I'm going to go with endocrinologist.
You're going to say endocrinologist?
Yes.
OK, very good luck. You're the high scorers. There's no red line for you. So let's see if endocrinologist is right, and if it is, let's see how many people knew that answer. It's right. Oh, very well done, Liz J. Endocrinologist is a pointless answer, and it adds £250 to today's jackpot, taking the total up to £1,500. And it scores you absolutely nothing, Liz, leaving you with a total of 42. Well done, Richard.
Yeah, very well played, Liz. The perfect answer. If you want to know what an endocrinologist does, it's quite simple, actually. It's easy to remember. They are specialists in the endocrine system.
Oh, of course, yeah.
That's your hormones and hormone-producing glands, your endocrine system.
Liz O.
Alexander.
Remember, we are looking for medical specialists. You are on 2 points. The high scorers remain Liz J and Claire on 42. If you can score 39 or less with this answer, and I think you can, you are through to the next round. But you're the last person to have this board, so talk us through it.
The paediatrician is correct. Now I have a choice between 3 that I do not know to be correct at all. So I'm going to slip up on one somewhere in those last 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's go for... Oh, heck. Limnologist. Sorry, Anne-Marie.
Limnologist at the top, there it is.
Limnologist.
Limnologist. There's your red line. If you're below that red line, you are through to the next round, Liz.
Thank you.
Limnologist, is it right? And if it is, how many people said it? Oh, no!
Hey-ho.
Bad luck. Unfortunately, that is an incorrect answer, Liz, which means you score the maximum of 100 points.
Aye, aye, aye.
And it takes your total up to 102. I'm sorry, Richard.
Yeah, sorry, Liz, that's very, very unlucky. It's an expert in lakes. A limnologist. At least we've all learned something.
So put me out my misery.
Oh, yes, sorry, let's put you out of your misery. I'm so sorry. You're quite right. Paediatrician is children's medicine, but would have been too high a score for you, 54. So the one you wanted to go for is a kidney expert. It was a nephrologist. Would have scored 1 point. And a selenologist, also an incorrect answer. It's someone who studies the moon.
Oh, bad luck, Liz. Does that make it any easier knowing that several other ones were flawed as well?
No.
Selenologist sounded sort of feasible, maybe?
Nephrologist, I was going in the direction of Egyptian studies. Don't ask me why, but I was.
Nefertiti, maybe?
There you go.
Ah, dear, oh dear. Liz, Anne-Marie, I'm sorry. And you, Anne-Marie, with your gastroenterologist scoring only 2 in the first pass as well. You did exactly the right thing, Liz. All the other answers that could have been relatively easy and would have scored nice and low had all gone from the board. You were left either with an easy...
Endocrinologist was going to be mine. So I've only got a Liz to blame.
You've only got a Liz to blame. Well, the great news is we'll see you again next time.
We'll look forward
to
that.
Which is great, and we shall too. But thank you very much meanwhile. You've been lovely contestants. Great to have you here.
Thank you.
But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. Now, only 2 pairs will make it through to the head-to-head, so one team is going to be leaving us at the end of this round. OK, our category for round 2 this afternoon is pop music. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. And the question concerns #1 singles of the 1980s and their artists. OK, in this round, we're about to show you a list of singles which were all #1s during the 1980s. We asked 100 people to tell us which group or artist released them. Richard.
Yeah, we're going to show you 6 singles on each pass. The more obscure ones will score you fewer points. If you give us an incorrect answer, the wrong artist, you'll score 100 points. So there's going to be 12 in all, so see how many of those you can get at home.
Thanks very much, Richard. OK, we're looking for the group or artist who released these #1 singles. And we have got Eye of the Tiger, Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now, Baby Jane, Come On Eileen, 19, Atomic. I'll read those again. Eye of the Tiger, Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now, Baby Jane, Come On Eileen, 19, Atomic. Now, as always on Pointless, you are looking for the answer that the fewest of our 100 people knew. Now, Liz, when this came up, this category, I've never seen anyone look so happy. Are you still feeling happy now?
I am feeling happy, actually. This is the first time I've felt in any way, shape or form confident. I'm going to go with Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now by Starship.
Starship. Claire,
Yeah.
thrilled with that. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people knew that answer. Starship. Very well done. Very good answer. Well done. Starship, Richard.
Yeah, well played, Liz. #1 for 4 weeks in 1987.
OK, thank you very much. 19. Well done, Liz J. Now then, Craig. Music, you said, was something you knew?
Yeah.
But it was more sort of indie music, and I'm guessing indie music of the 90s and noughties, maybe.
Yeah.
How are chart toppers from the 80s for you?
OK. I was going to go for that one, but I know 3, maybe 4 of the others. It's just a case of who I'm going to go for. Atomic, Blondie.
Atomic, Blondie. You're saying that like that's a bit of a stab in the dark.
Well, I think in my head it's 100% right, but to be honest, it could be completely wrong.
Right, OK. Well, only one thing to do. Let's find out. So let's see if Atomic was indeed a Blondie hit. And if it was, let's see how many people said it. Good luck. Of course it's Blondie. Very well done. That's 29 points. That's a great answer, Craig. Richard.
Yeah, well done, Craig. Number one in 1980. They had 3 number ones in 1980 alone, Blondie.
Now then, Kevin. There we are. We have the singles. You have to provide the singers, or the artists, behind these singles. Talk us through the board, Kevin. You're the last person to have this chart.
Come On Eileen, I think, is Dixie's Midnight Runners, but I think that could very well be wrong. And so I'm going to go for the one which I'm more confident on, but I'm sure is going to be a high scorer, Eye of the Tiger, Survivor.
Eye of the Tiger, Survivor. OK, well, there it is. Eye of the Tiger at the top of the board. But let's see if it's right, and let's see how many people said Eye of the Tiger, Survivor. Not bad. Not bad at all, Kevin. 25. 25 for Eye of the Tiger.
Yeah, well done, Kevin. It's actually number one directly after Come On Eileen, Eye of the Tiger. It was the theme for the Rocky movies after Stallone wasn't given permission to use Another One Bites the Dust by Queen. That was his first choice.
Really?
Yeah. And Frank Bruno also did a cover version of Eye of the Tiger in 1995.
I would quite like to hear that.
Got to number 28. Let's take a look at the rest of the answers. The biggest scorer there was Come On Eileen. Actually, it's Dixie's Midnight Runners. Would have scored you 54. Baby Jane was...
Rod Stewart.
It was Rod Stewart. Would have scored you 26 and 19.
Paul Hardcastle.
Paul Hardcastle, about the average age of combat soldiers in Vietnam, 19. Would have scored you 10 points. Best answer on the board, so well done if you said that.
OK, thanks very much. Let's take a look at the scores. We're halfway through the round. Well, on 19, Liz, Jay and Claire. Liz, you said you liked this round.
Yay.
And so it proved. The round liked you too. Then we go up a little bit to Kevin and Barbara on 25. And then tiny bit up from them, we come to Craig and Aaron on 29. So, Aaron, pressure on you.
It's fine.
There's going to be a tussle between you and Barbara in this round. That's what's going to happen. OK, we're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we're going to put 6 more number one singles on the board. And we have got Ashes to Ashes. I Want to Know What Love Is, Too Shy, Saving All My Love for You, Two Tribes, I've Never Been to Me. I'll just go through those again. Ashes to Ashes, I Want to Know What Love Is, Too Shy, Saving All My Love for You, Two Tribes, I've Never Been to Me. Now, remember, we are looking for the group or artist who released these singles. And obviously, you're trying to find the one that the fewest of our 100 people knew. Now, Barbara.
Well, you couldn't have been more cruel.
Oh, really?
This round is extremely crual.
Oh, Barbara, come
Other
now.
than making me sing them, you know, I mean, I'm really...
Don't put ideas in my head.
Panicking.
I bet you have a beautiful singing voice, Barbara.
I think... I know I'm going to make a fool of myself, but I think Saving All My Love for You, Renee and Renata...
Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Here's your red line. I'm afraid it's very, very low. Renee and Renata. Let's see if that's right, and let's see if they sang Saving All My Love for You. Oh, Barbara. Unfortunately, that's a wrong answer. I know. I'm afraid it isn't your era. I'm afraid that's a wrong answer. It scores you 100 points, taking your total up to 125. Richard.
I won't give the actual correct answer in case Aaron or Claire want to have a go at the same question.
Now then, Aaron.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about this board?
Terrible.
See, Barbara, all is not lost.
I was born in 88, so it's not the best topic.
Right, OK.
Previous board, I would have been all right, but this one, I'm going to, like I say, take a guess. Two Tribes. Is that Frankie Goes to Hollywood? I don't... It doesn't...
Two Tribes, Frankie Goes to Hollywood. OK, that's a complete guess, is it? Stab in the dark. Well, somewhere in the back of your mind, that's 80s, a name.
Yeah. But I'm not happy about it. Let's put it that way.
OK, I'm not going to tell you what the look on Craig's face is at the moment. I'll tell you in a second. Two Tribes, you're saying Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Here's your red line, nice and high up. Just has to be right. And if it's right, it goes below that red line, you're through to the head-to-head. Let's see if it's right, and let's see if it is, how many people said it. Aaron, it's right. Very well done. Two Tribes was indeed Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Down to 41. You are through to the next round. That takes your total up to 70 points. Richard.
Yeah, very well played, Aaron. They had 3 number ones that year, Frankie Goes to Hollywood.
Now then, Claire, come what may, you are through to the next round. You're in the head-to-head. Whatever happens, you'll not overtake Barbara and Kevin's high score of 125.
Which is a bit of luck.
Which is a little piece of luck.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I absolutely should know who sings Saving All My Love for You. And I should know I Want to Know What Love Is. And I don't. So, I'm going to go for Too Shy Culture Club.
Too Shy Culture Club, you are saying. You know the song?
Yeah.
OK, well, it doesn't matter. You're
No.
through to the next round, whatever happens.
Good.
So let's see if it is indeed by Culture Club. Let's see how many people said it. Bad luck. I'm afraid that is an incorrect answer, which scores you the maximum of 100 points, taking your total up to 119. Richard.
Yeah, sorry, Claire, you're going to absolutely kick yourself when I tell you who did do it. It was Winston Churchill. Let's take a look at the rest of the board. But Barbara, Saving All My Love for You was Whitney Houston. It's Whitney Houston. Would have been a low scorer as well. Would have scored you 22 points. Let's go through the rest of them. Too Shy's Kajagoogoo.
Wow, really?
I was going to say, of course, but it's only of course to anybody who was around in the 80s. To anyone else, that's gibberish. I do understand that. Would have scored 28 points. I Want to Know What Love Is. Alexander.
Foreigner.
Foreigner, well done. Would have scored 20 points. Ashes to Ashes.
David Bowie.
David Bowie would have scored you 39. And I've Never Been to Me, the best answer on the board. Do you remember?
No, I don't know that one.
It was by Charlene. Charlene, an American singer. Would have scored 4 points.
Thanks very much, Richard. So at the end of round two, the losing pair with the highest score is Barbara and Kevin. Oh, Barbara, you can't leave now.
No, well, I'm sorry, darling, but I shall have to. They're going to evict me.
I thought you were going to say Whitney Houston, I'm sure. And I was thinking, well done, Barbara. See, you knew it after all.
Oh, I was ever so pleased when I saw that come up. I thought, oh, at least I know that's Rennie and Renata.
Oh, dear. I'm so sorry, Barbara. It's a real shame to be saying goodbye to you. You've been fantastic contestants, and we haven't seen nearly enough of you. But thank you so much for playing. Thank you.
Thank you.
But for the remaining two pairs, things can get even more exciting now as we enter the head-to-head. Very well done, Aaron and Craig, Claire and Liz. You've made it through to the head-to-head. Now, obviously, one pair can make it through to today's final and play for today's jackpot, which currently stands at £1,500. Now, you're going to go head-to-head on the best of 3 questions. For each question, each pair needs to give me just one answer, and you are now allowed to confer. All you have to do is come up with an answer that scores less than the other pair, and you will win that question. The first pair to the best of 3 will be playing for today's jackpot. OK, let's play Pointless. OK, here is your first question. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Central American countries as they could. Central American countries. Liz thinks that's hilarious. Richard.
Yeah, we're looking for any of the 7 mainland countries that make up Central America. And by Central America, we mean the strip of land between the southern border of Mexico and the northwestern border of Colombia. And as always, by countries, we mean a member of the UN that's a sovereign state.
OK, now, because you've played best throughout the show so far, Aaron and Craig, you get to go first.
Yeah, go on. Venezuela, we're going to go for.
You're going to say Venezuela.
What? Think of another country sort of a bit like Venezuela. Right, so pretty much no, this isn't correct, but Peru. Awful.
OK, we have Venezuela and
Embarrassing.
Peru. We are looking for countries in Central America, and Aaron and Craig have said Venezuela. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said Venezuela. Ooh. Bad luck. Venezuela not in Central America. Now then, Claire and Liz.
I'm pretty sure this is
You are
wrong.
saying Peru. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said Peru. No! OK, so after the first question, we are 0-0. Richard?
Yeah, both those countries in South America. Of course, let's take a look at the 7 countries that are in Central America. I suspect some people will have got all of these. El Salvador with 4, Nicaragua with 10, Costa Rica 11, Guatemala 12, Honduras 14, Belize 17, and right at the top there, Panama with 21. Very well done if you got all of those.
Bad luck if you didn't get any of them. Now, OK, here is your second question. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many of the first 10 Bond films as they could. The first 10 Bond films. Richard.
Yeah, we're looking for any of the first 10 official James Bond films. Moonraker was the 11th. So any Bond film released before that.
OK, thank you very much, Richard. Claire and Liz, you get to go first this time.
Okay. Claire's never seen a Bond film. And I know a few titles, but I've literally got no idea of order. I don't even know if that is one. But I think we're going to get it wrong anyway, so let's just do it.
All right.
OK, let's have an answer.
Never Say Never Again.
OK, Never Say Never Again.
Bond's not.
Aaron and Craig, talk out loud. What are you going to give us?
Bond's not a great shout for us.
Not big fans at
Not-
all.
nah.
Not fans at all.
Fans of it, really.
Well, we're trying to think who the first Bond was.
Roger Moore.
Roger Moore. I think.
That's really bad.
We're going to go for what, Thunderball.
I think that's might be later.
Oh, OK, might be later. I'm going for it. Thunderball.
OK.
Thunderball.
Thunderball. We have Thunderball. We have Never Say Never Again. And we have Thunderball. In that order, Never Say Never Again, say Claire and Liz. Let's see if it's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said Never Say Never Again. Bad luck. That's an incorrect answer. Whew, there. But for the grace of God, Aaron and Craig.
Could be wrong.
Yeah, I think we're going to have another 0 points.
But you have said Thunderball. Let's see if that's right. If it is, let's see how many people said Thunderball. It's right. It's all it had to be. It's right, and it scores you 15. Very well done. So after two questions, Aaron and Craig are up 1-0. Richard.
Yeah, from somewhere, it's actually the best answer on the whole board. Thunderball, the most obscure of all.
Told you.
Never Say Never Again wasn't an official Bond film. It was actually an unofficial remake of Thunderball, funnily enough, and it was after Moonraker. Apart from that, it was.
That was right.
But it was sort of this, yeah. Yeah. Let's take a look at all 10 of them, though. The Man with the Golden Gun would have been a good answer. Thunderball, there were 15. On Her Majesty's Secret Service, 17. Spy Who Loved Me, 18. Man with the Golden Gun, 19. Diamonds Are Forever would have scored you 21. Let's take a look at the other 5. You Only Live Twice, 23. From Russia With Love, 26. Live and Let Die, 28. Dr. No, 44. Goldfinger right at the top on 54. Very well done if you got most of those.
Thanks very much, Richard. OK, here is your third question. Claire and Liz, you have to win this question to stay in the game. OK, good luck. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many winners of the perfect treble as they could. Richard, I'm guessing that's not a chorister competition, is it?
It is not, no. We're looking for any of the 6 European football clubs who have won their country's top league, their country's top domestic cup, and the top European competition all in the same year. So if it's an English team, that'd be winning the Premiership, the FA Cup, and the Champions League. So any of the 6 European teams who've ever done that treble. And that's as of the start of 2011.
Liz and Claire are laughing again. I don't know what that means. Aaron and Craig looking quite...
Be shameful if we didn't.
If we don't get this.
Pleased about this. OK, well, Aaron and Craig, you go first. So what are you going to give us?
Oh, not out loud. We're going to say Inter.
Inter Milan.
Inter Milan.
Inter Milan.
Yeah.
OK, Inter Milan. Claire and Liz, if you were going to say Inter Milan, I'm afraid that's now gone. What are you going to give us instead?
We're going to say Real Madrid.
You're saying Real Madrid. OK, so we have Inter Milan, we have Real Madrid. In the order they've been given, Inter Milan from Aaron and Craig. If you win this question, you are through to the final, be playing for the jackpot. Claire and Liz, you have to win this question to stay with us. Inter Milan, is it right? How many people said it? It's right. Very well done, 15. 15 for Inter. Now, Claire and Liz J, you have said Real Madrid. Let's see if that is right, and if it is, let's see how many people said Real Madrid. Bad luck. Bad luck. That's an incorrect answer. A good punt, but an incorrect answer, which means after 3 questions, Aaron and Craig are through to the final, 2-0. Well done.
Yeah. Yeah, well played, Aaron and Craig. Real Madrid's a good answer, actually. It's a good guess. So they've never done it. There's only one Spanish team who have done it. That was Barcelona, but that also wouldn't have won you the point. It's 3 answers that would have won you the point, one of which is pointless. So very well done. If you said PSV Eindhoven, would have been a pointless answer. Celtic, though, did it in 1967, would have scored you 2. Ajax, another Dutch side, would have scored you 4 points. They did it in 72. 2010, Inter Milan did it, would have scored you 15 points. Fresh in the memory, of course. Also 15, Barcelona, who did it the year before, in 2009. And Manchester United, 53 points there. They did it very famously in 1999.
Thank you very much, Richard. So the losing pair at the end of the head-to-head, I'm afraid, is Claire and Liz. You made it through to the head-to-head at each game you've played. But then in the head-to-head, you've been badly let down by the categories.
Yes.
/ your knowledge.
Yeah, each other.
Well, it's been brilliant for us. We've loved having you on the show. Thank you so much for playing. Thank you. But for Aaron and Craig, it's now time for our pointless final and the chance to win our jackpot of £1,500. Well, congratulations, Aaron and Craig. You've made it through to the final and you've fought off all the competition, which means you have won our coveted pointless trophy. You now have a chance to win our pointless jackpot, and at the end of today's show, the jackpot stands at £1,500. Now, the rules are very simple. To win that money, all you have to do is find a pointless answer. That's an answer that none of our 100 people could think of. Now, we've had 2 pointless answers on the show today, and you came up with one of those, with histopathologist, I seem to think. You only need to find one more now to go home with that money. But first, you've got to choose a category, and you can choose from these 3 options. Here we go. They are fashion, UK politics, Spain.
I'm going to rule out Spain.
Well, you don't know.
For me, unless you think differently.
Well, I don't think we can do anything on fashion. I mean, you've got to come up with a pointless
Clearly.
answer.
Double denim.
See, UK politics, I kind of like.
Could be politics.
Shall we?
Yeah, sounding more intellectual that way as well, wouldn't we?
Oh, really? Really? Not Spain?
Mate, no, not Spain.
OK. UK politics.
UK politics. OK, well, good luck. Here is your question. Yeah. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many members of Gordon Brown's last cabinet as they could. Richard.
Yeah, we're looking for any MP or peer who had a seat in Gordon Brown's cabinet going into the 2010 general election, as anyone listed in the House of Commons library as attending cabinet or being a cabinet minister.
OK, you now have up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers, and all you need to win that £1,500 is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Your 60 seconds start now.
Right, OK. Who's on from Swindon?
Oh, no, David, no.
Used to be Michael Wills. I don't know, right, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? Harriet Harman.
The Miliband's.
They're not going to be pointless.
No,
we're not
just
doing that.
Saying.
What do you think? Harriet Harman?
Man, I'm trying to think back to the election we watched. We were quite...
Into it,
weren't we?
Oh, no, this is terrible. Tessa Jow?
Don't know.
Tessa Jow, Harriet Harman.
Tessa Jow, I don't know. That sounds good to me.
Tessa Jow, Harriet Harman, and...
Darling, what was one? Not Darling.
No, not Darling.
Shh, it's tough, isn't it?
It is tough. You got news,
Ed Ball.
We'll do it. We'll do that.
Balls.
We'll do that. We'll do that. Those 3.
Yeah.
Those 3.
OK, you've got 3?
Yeah.
You don't want any longer?
No.
We'll stop the clock. We were looking for members of Gordon Brown's last cabinet. I now need your 3 answers. What are you going to give me?
Harriet Harman.
Harriet Harman.
Ed Balls.
Ed Balls.
Tessa Jow.
Tessa Jow. Of those 3, which do you think is your best shot?
Tessa.
Probably that order, yeah.
Yeah, that order. I'd say Tessa Jow.
So that's
and your least likely?
Harriet Harman.
Harriet Harman. OK, very good. We'll put them up on the board in that order. Harriet Harman, Ed Balls, and Tessa Jow. There they are. We were looking for members of Gordon Brown's last cabinet. You said this was your least confident answer. You only have to find one pointless answer, remember, to win that jackpot of £1,500. OK, your first answer. Harriet Harman. Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Obviously, it has to be correct, and it has to be pointless for you to win that jackpot. Harriet Harman. It's right. It's right. Well, this will show us what our 100 people know about Gordon Brown's last cabinet. Down it goes into the teens, 14.
Probably higher.
Probably higher.
There you are. That was your first least confident answer, and it scored 14. Unfortunately, not a pointless answer, but you knew that.
Yeah.
That wasn't going to be pointless. You only have 2 more chances to win today's jackpot, £1,500. What would you do with £1,500?
I think we both take our girlfriends on holiday, to be honest.
Oh, don't say that. Now we have to.
I think we have to. Yeah, but it looked good on telly if you say you're taking your girlfriend away.
OK, well, we're looking for members of Gordon Brown's last cabinet. Let's hope nobody said your next answer. This was Ed Balls. For that jackpot, let's see how many people said Ed Balls. It's right. Well, we went down to 14 with Harriet Harman. If this goes down to point... Oh, blimey.
Wow.
Exactly twice as well known.
Wow.
The name like that, though.
I didn't expect that, though.
28 for Ed Balls. He'll be pleased with that.
He will.
Yeah.
You only have 1 more chance to win today's jackpot. This has to be right and it has to go all the way down to pointless. And if it does, you leave here with £1,500. Tessa Jow. OK, let's put it to the test. Tessa Jow, is it right? And if it is, how many people said it? Yes, it's right. So, we had 28 for Ed Balls. We had 14 for Harriet Harman. Down it goes. Oh, down single fingers. Look at that. Ah!
Builders up. Just us splashes down.
No, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
know.
happy with that.
I don't know anything, remember. I know nothing. 3 people remembered Tessa Jowl. I'm afraid, though, you didn't manage to find that all-important, pointless answer, though, so I'm afraid you don't leave with today's jackpot of £1,500, which rolls over onto the next show. But you have been fantastic contestants, and you do, of course, take home our pointless trophy. So, Richard.
Yeah, well played, Aaron and Craig. 3 correct answers. But for everybody at home who's been thinking of obscure Labour cabinet ministers, let's take a look at some of the pointless ones here. Baroness Royal, the leader of the Lords, Baroness Scotland, the Attorney General, and Ben Bradshaw, who was Culture, Media and Sport. They're all pointless. Dawn Primarolo, the Children's Minister, Jim Murphy, Secretary of State for Scotland, and John Healey, who was Housing and Planning. They are all pointless. And Liam Byrne, who was Chief Secretary to the Treasury, Lord Adonis, who's Transport Secretary, and Sean Woodward, who was Secretary of State for Northern Ireland. Apparently, he's the only Labour MP with a butler, Sean Woodward.
That mean anything to you?
No.
That lot?
Not at all. Makes me feel a lot better.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, that's it. We do have to say goodbye to you, Aaron and Craig, but it's been brilliant having you on the show. I'm sorry it's only been for 1 show, but you stormed through to the final. We should have had you for 2 shows.
Your loss.
You're telling me? Our loss. Well, thank you both so much for playing. Brilliant.
Thank you very much.
Nobody's won our jackpot today, so it rolls over, which means on the next show we'll be playing for £2,500. Join us next time, see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.